Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. It's underscore Gintu back again to the roots of fish ponds today. I have my slasher. It's called a gethene, or in short, you can just call it a small slasher. Cut in front, where it's just doing this, it's cut. So it's now like a panga, and it's the one making everything very fantastic with slashing and making sure that everything is possible. Let me show you. Let me show you guys. Look at this. Wow, you can check this. This is from the courtesy of Gintu here, live. Fantastic. Let me check this here. But you have to wash yourself meticulously. Wow. Wow. Fantastic. Now you can check, guys, how the fish pond now it will be looking until the far end. Let me try it again. But no problem. So here now. Wow. Fantastic. Very easy, guys. This is now called trimming the fish pond. Some are attached downwards. Wow. Awesome. I have to cut everything. Guys, now you can even check now. Water is now turning very green as the days are moving. And this is what we want to embrace always. Wow, look at this now. The trimming is ever coming. Let's go on. Wow. Very fabulous, fantastic. So guys, everything is so awesome. I have to wipe my camera because of much water. Exactly, fantastic. So guys, wherever you are, God bless you much times for you watching our videos and coming clearly one forward as we are ongoing with the process of fish farming and making sure that everything is put in consideration, as you can just check out from today. So we have now we have to make sure that we slash. As you can even see, the fish pond now, it's just looking like very tidy. Can it call it tidy? Or it's not yet fenced, it's not yet slashed a little bit, so as we can have much tension from here. And it's called a routine practices of the morning routine always taking place onto the fish ponds, and everything is so fantastic. I have my friend here.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How are you, bro?
Everything is good.
Everything is so awesome.
Yeah, man.
And pleasure to see you again, bro.
Imagine.
How is everything?
Say something.
Needed in fish farming. As you can now see, it has been like 4 days after I did fertilization with the use of manure, which is the cow dung, decomposed and decayed. And whenever now you throw here, I threw here like 5 wheelbarrows, ramba 3 everywhere, so as it can attach itself. Whenever it rots now onto the ground, it will now remove what's called nutrients that are relevant for the growth of the mostly it's the algae, what we want it to be concentrated, and also the green bloom, which is now happening to be onto this position. So after now it's now ready, I will go and purchase the fish after 7 which is 7 days to 14 days. Now you'll just be copying up to see if water is turning at which rate, and you'll now bring some of the fish and stock here. There will be some of small, but it will now differ which kind of the size of fish you will be stocking, because if you have the small sized like 0.5 to 1 gram, they can survive here, but they need much tension because they're somewhere small. So for me to use manure, I've ever talked about, it has 5 positive impacts of turning water into green, which is the green bloom or the green turbidity, which is now creating a barrier between the predator birds viewing direct or the aerial view to the fish pond and spot the fish. So by now it's now green. You can never spot anything and see it very clearly. So the second point is the manure scares away some snakes from all around the pond because that scent doesn't go hand in hand with the serpents. The third point is I want to be making some nursery beds here, and I will be using this water exactly to make sure that I am watering the plants, and to maybe it will be the seed bed or it will be the nursery beds. Everything gonna be very fantastic. So and also the third point, the fourth point is about whenever we throw here some of this kind of the manure, it triggers the growth of phytoplanktons, and that manure sometimes it has some organisms or microbes that are going to trigger, it's called zooplanktons, even to be achieved onto the fish pond. And it's called an Athene fish pond, which is very, very big enough to stock more than 1,000 fish, and they will develop onto 300 grams after 6 months if you have qualified feeds to fish them.
Right.
Exactly.
Guys, welcome now to the, is it chit chats?
It's now a live, it's one-on-one live chit-chatting, and you'll be enjoying the segment of today because it's coming more rapidly from my position, and everything's so awesome. Keep it tuned, keep it locked, because this is the beginning.
Imagine.
Much more are coming onto this segment. Keep it locked.
And then maybe from this,
Yeah.
going to maybe I can ask some of the few questions
Okay.
about the, because right now I have seen that the water has just started to change, to turn to green.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe you are talking about the predators. I think the greenish is to avoid the predator from attacking the
Not
fish.
attacking,
Yeah.
but not to have an aerial view onto
Yeah.
the fish that will be
But
stocked.
let me talk about, there is one bird called, is it
Kingfisher.
eagle?
Kingfisher.
But there is another one, I think is an eagle, type of eagle, but different.
How does it spot some fish?
Actually, for that, maybe from the history of the fish farming project, I do know that such kind of the bird usually seen at almost 100 kilometer.
Oh,
Deep.
in terms of spotting.
Yeah.
So let me talk about that kind of a bird.
Yeah.
Here mostly we are at marginalized areas,
Yeah.
and also it's internal villages.
Yeah.
So we have a problem where if we could have a big area that's covered with fish ponds,
Yeah.
or an area closer to a large water body like a lake,
Yeah.
or like a dam, but this zone, you can just tell I am the person who has more fish ponds here, like
Yeah.
me. So we can just find others are here, but you cannot see them spottedly with the naked eyes right now. But let me talk about this. This kind of the kingfishers, we have marabou stock. Marabou stock are the big ones, look like flamingo. Do you know
Yeah.
the flamingo? They look big.
The one that have the big mouth.
Yeah, very big mouth. Even when
And I do see them around here.
Yeah, they're always here. They,
Yeah.
they like sitting onto these trees here.
Yeah,
And
sure.
also some trees here. So we have marabou stock. We have heron. Heron is now the one that most of the people talk about. Even you know it.
Yeah.
Somehow small, like flamingos now. But somehow they look small a little bit. And also we have some flamingos also. They are here. And also we have dark fish. It's called like a dark water.
Yeah.
If you know the dark waters.
Yeah.
And also we have the kingfisher. So we have only one kingfisher that's always turning around onto this position.
Yeah.
And whenever it comes here, it can just go direct to where the fish is.
Yeah.
You know? So the kingfisher now comes direct onto the water. Then whenever it turns to the other position, it comes out with the fish. I once saw it, but nowadays I don't have it right now here. And I don't know where it has just gone because of we harvest sometimes. Then it goes to other positions that it might be very well catered for. But the birds also, if you want to make sure that you are restricting the birds not to attack your fish ponds, you can turn water into green, because let me tell you,
Yeah.
we have fertilization which is done, which is a deep fertilization. We have a shallow fertilization, and we have a loose fertilization. So those are my words, not the book words, because I've ever experienced that one. Some people go and look for shallow and deep and something. So me, I'm just talking about, because whenever you talk about deep fertilization, it's the one that you have put here some of fertilization, which is the use of manure, or the use of commercial fertilizer, or the use of chime. So whenever you throw it here, it's gonna be turning water into much green, totally much. So that one, it's now called over fertilization, and during to that position, water will be turning very green, and it will be very effective to create a barrier between the birds, which is the predator birds, and the fish. But it has a consequence. You cannot do that, because it will trigger more much and very healthy phytoplanktons, which are the algae and other plants. So during the night, you'll have competition of oxygen during night time, because fish want to consume oxygen, and phytoplanktons want to consume oxygen, and also have zooplanktons, the small animals inside, they want to consume oxygen. So you'll have oxygen shortage during the night session. So that's why you don't go for deeper fertilization of the pond. So we have the shallow ones, which is a little bit of the medium range, and that's what we always practice whenever you have something called a sec disc. A sec disc is a tool that is used to measure the turbidity of water, the greenness, and also talk about the green blooming of water. So the middle one, which is the middle fertilization, it's always, you can even insert your hand and to inside, whenever you can just see this is an arm. So whenever you can even see up to this position, which is more than 20 centimeters, you insert your hand inside. Then you can even see your fingers. A little bit you can see them, you cannot see them. It's called translucent. That's very, very much. And also we have the transparent one, which is transparent fertilization. Now that one, you know that it's very low, and even the algae has no more much health to even accommodate the fish that will be stocked there. They will eat and finish it. So it's better you have the middle one. But if you have oxygen pumps and to all the filtration onto your fish ponds, you are advised to have the deep fertilization, which now will turn water into totally green. There's nothing you'll ever see. Even if you insert your finger one inch, you'll never even see it in water. So if you have the pumps to cater for or excess or extra oxygen onto the water.
And actually, what turns to the water to be green? Is it the, let me talk about, you just dip inside the manure? Is that manure that the one that's sublimed to?
Yeah, much. Let me talk about this.
Yeah.
We have 3 types of fertilization you can use.
Yeah.
One, you can use manure to fertilize your ponds.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the impact, the positive impact about that.
Yeah.
So you can use manure. You can use commercial fertilizer like DAP, ammonium phosphate, or you can use the chime. The chime is the one that's always happening. You can just go and get it onto the slaughterhouses. Yeah. So for those 3, let me start with the manure. Manure, it's totally decomposed and decayed, which is the animal waste or the cow dung. Then whenever, even the goats, even the sheep, so anyone, the animal waste, whenever it, except the dogs, because the dogs, you know, a dog has a direct digestion system. So whenever it has the egestion time, the waste has nothing, no value to the ecosystem. You know that? Yeah. The dog one, they move it aside, because the dog doesn't have any vitamin to the crop plantation. So whenever you deal about the ruminant and non-ruminant mostly, which are the grazers, and these are the ruminants, the cows we talk about, but not much of like we talk about the horses, we talk about the donkeys. Those ones are talk about non-ruminant, I hope so. Yeah. So and they are called they are hope they are ruminant or grazers, something there.
They are grazers.
They are grazers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are grazers, and the cows are ruminant.
Yeah.
So whenever you talk about that, I'm talking about the ruminant ones. So whenever you have the waste of them and it's just heaped in a compost pit, then it decay and decompose. We have a manure, which is totally it has just dissolved into a, you can even think it's like soil, very fertile soil, and it turns blackish. Mostly they turn blackish. So whenever you have it here, you can just come with a wheelbarrow and you can just throw the manure here rampantly across the whole fish pond. And for 300 meter squared fish pond like this one here, you can throw here like 5 wheelbarrows per every 2 weeks. You know that?
Yeah.
So after you do that, you have another mean of using. You can have what's called the sacks of maize, the one of packaging maize. You can put inside the same manure and hang it. You can just come with a peg, dig it here, then you tie that sack here, then it goes inside. So this water will be just coming with the waves and hitting the bag. Then it will be releasing a small nutrients to the water. You know that?
Yeah.
So after that one now, after a period of like 7 to 2 weeks, now water will be turning into green. That green now, it's what I want to talk about. You have asked, eh?
Yeah, sure.
That green turbidity or the green bloom, it's the appearance of algae. It's not water.
So you mean like right now the algae has started?
Now this is algae.
Yeah.
You know, algae, it's not that it's a plant that's maybe having leaves, it's having roots. No, it doesn't start that way.
Yeah.
Algae starts from on top of water.
Yeah.
Whenever now it starts like particles.
Yeah.
It starts like particles. Then they come together.
Yeah.
Whenever they come together, they start growing and going down.
Yeah.
So that reflection, it's now called the green bloom or the green turbidity. That algae, it's now the green bloom we are talking about here. Yeah. And I was talking about we have a commercial fertilizer. Commercial fertilizer is the use of the DAP. And most of the people who have advanced much, they can use that one if they don't have such kind of manure. Because here it's in the village, you have much of the cows outside here. That's why we have manure and something like that. But for the people who are making it, maybe it's town, maybe it's somewhere apart from the village, they cannot be using the commercial fertilizers, like the DAP, ammonium phosphate. You can take it like... take around 6 kgs, mostly. Take 6 kgs, dissolve in water or a water can. Then you can sprinkle around your fish pond. You sprinkle around.
So even DAP it can turn the water to green?
What we want is that water, it will be nutrient. It will be enriched with the nutrients relevant for the growth of what? The growth of the algae. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen people growing tobacco? Nursery.
Yeah, sure.
You have ever?
Yeah.
So you can even see they are taking DAP, solving into a water can, then watering the plants. Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah, sure.
So why are they? Because that water, it's going to the bottom level. It will be
the roots.
Exactly, it's going to the roots. So if you sprinkle here, this water will be enriched with the nutrients. So those nutrients are what the plants now need, because now there are rampantly everywhere. So some phytoplanktons will try to come up from the bottom of the pond, so as they will be so nutritious to the fish that will have been stocked here.
Right.
Exactly.
And actually, in one of your video, I see you on is it Joffa, where you are just handling the fish pond, and I see there is blue water. What make all? Is it the color
water.
of the fish pond?
So it's the same way, like it appears here.
Yeah.
Whenever we have the algae concentration into the pond, that algae now it's the color of water.
Yeah.
So from that hotel, those tiles that are just at the bottom level, they are blue tiles. Whenever you have pure water inside, which is colorless, it will now reflect the blue color up. Yeah, exactly. So that is called, that's what's always diverse to the big hotel. Even you have ever seen you have gone to much hotels and saw the swimming pools.
Exactly.
Swimming pools, they have very colorful tiles put so as they can reflect the water. So water can be reflected with the bottom color.
Yeah.
So if to the bottom here we have algae, it has occupied the whole bottom level of the pond, water will be green automatically. If there's sometimes we have manure, and the manure maybe it's detoxified or it got it's called bleaching. it got bleaching whenever it was in the decaying process. So it can develop some toxic substances. Whenever you throw it here, you can see water turning into red. Have you ever seen water red in fish ponds?
No, actually, for that I have.
You have never. So it happens. So whenever that manure has developed toxic substances, whenever you throw it here, it can develop red colors onto the water. You can find one area, it has a high concentration of red water, and one area it's highly concentrated with a high algae, which is green. Now we have different types of algae. So that red water is the algae color, which is red. And we have the green, which is a green algae, and that's what we have. So, but the green one, whenever it turns water into green, that has been, maybe talk about it has been decayed and decomposed in a good manner.
Right. And let me talk about, there is an issue that has now started to develop here in about the, let me talk about the fish farming project, where we have the theft. Right now there is a lot of theft, like let me talk about Ernesto and the Margaret's projects of the fish farming, where actually, I think it was last week, where they caught
a thief.
Where they caught a thief and they was just stealing the fish. And the way they have started, the fish has started appearing to the fish pond, it seems that it has reduced. What challenge, maybe, I think that one, maybe you have never faced into your fish pond, or you have already faced on it. Maybe you can help them, because right now they have already become disappointed about the fish farming.
Even I can talk about, I passed through there, then Ernesto told me with Mangare, we have give up.
Exactly.
If you want us to sell you a fish pond, we are going to sell you a fish pond. Because whenever it reaches at a point, somebody tells you that, can you hire our fish pond so as it can be yours? It has reached at a point that now they have been disappointed totally because of the theft that's ongoing. Yes, it's a big challenge because of how strict you are. And I can just talk about my fish ponds here automatically. I've registered with the government, and I have all the details analyzed by the government, that they are highly sponsored by the government. Any issue, I can contact the county government or the officers in charge of the fisheries. So let me talk about that issue. In 2021, I was having some fish. I had stocked all the fish ponds, and during that time, I was about to harvest my fish from this zone. I can just remember, I came from home to come and feed some fish. Then I sat onto that guava tree. I have a guava tree there at the corner. Then I came and sat there, and I talked about, let me now check, because they are now big. They were like 100, 200 grams there. So 200 grams is a very big fish to some people outside here. You know that?
Yeah, sure.
So I was about, now this fish, I know they are at a very delicate position. So let me sit here as a security guard, because this is my territory. I have to check who is tampering, because I don't have a fence that's enclosing my fish ponds here. So whenever I sat there, like 20, 30 minutes there, I saw a person coming from this side here with a hook. So I was about to, okay, let me check the guy. So he came onto this position. This is where he came under. He just sat first here. He came and sat here while looking this side, looking the upper side, looking there. So he was satisfied that no one is onto these fish ponds. So he took he was just like sitting. Then he had it's called a hook, a bait. Then he was sitting here, but a bait was a bit longer, had a very long, talk about a long
let me talk about rope.
Exactly. So he thrown it in, then he sits down. Now you can never know who is that. He might be just sitting. And making the matter worse, it was like a rope, and he was tying it onto the finger. So you can never recognize that. Maybe if you say a stick, you'll know the person has thrown some hook inside here. But he was just sitting this way, guys. He was sitting here. Then the rope is just tied here. Then he throws this way, and it goes in. Then he's this way. So whenever you come from, but if you could have a stick, you'll just notice that it's a stick has been used. But it never appeared that way. So I just waited a little bit. Then he came out with the one fish,
Yeah.
the second one,
Yeah.
the third. Then I was down from there.
Yeah.
And I came and I told the guy, what's the problem? He started fighting me.
Yeah.
And he's at my property.
Yeah.
And I can assure you, that time,
Yeah.
even Maro has ever talked about that. And Tuisa has ever talked about that one because during that time he was starting the villa.
Yeah,
Can just remember, 2021. It was like April there. Because I harvested May.
Yeah.
Exactly, I harvested in May 21st. So, whenever I came, the guy now stood up and talked about, what am I doing here? I was just sitting. I don't have anything. But the fish are into the pocket. So I had to take the fish off first, then I placed them here. Now we started fighting. We fought, guys. That day we fought. From here until Ayamaro Villa there.
Exactly.
There. Exactly. So, even I can just remember Uncle Mo Ayamaro came to see what's happening because there was so much noise. What are you doing? What? You know that occasion of what? Yeah. So guys, we have theft here. And the same person is the same person now. He had his own fish pond alongside this area. You know?
Yeah.
So even the fish pond Ernesto and Mangare, they are investing in, it's the same fish pond of the same guy.
Imagine.
And it's the brother to Ernesto. Do you remember?
Exactly. Yeah.
So during that occasion, I took those fish to the Ministry of Fisheries.
Yeah.
I talked about, I have just found a guy fishing from my fish pond.
Yeah.
Due to unconditional circumstances, I tried to catch up on him, but he fought me and he ran away.
Yeah.
So, do you have an evidence? These are the fish. Do you have a hook? I had a hook, I had left it down here.
Yeah.
You know? So, they took a step then. They went to the police. I wrote everything. Now they told me, now go sit home, relax. Now we are taking over the responsibility.
Yeah.
So, they came and intervened the father to Ernesto. Because the brother was the one who stole my fish. Then the father talked about, now if, whenever now the fisheries goes in, you will pay the whole fish that are here because I'll claim I don't have fish here.
Yeah, sure.
Because now what is green? Guys, that's the effective. What is now green? You will not come here and see, oh, the fish are here. You will never see. I'll just come and say that, oh, I don't have fish here. They have stole everything. No one will be rendered to go inside. And I'll talk about I purchased 1,000. Then I'm saying the fish are now decreasing. So they talked about now let's now deal with that case. Now they went to the police and then the police came to Ernesto's place. Then they talked about, okay, now your son has been caught stealing fish and this and this and this. You want it to be a home case or a court case?
Yeah.
The father talked about let it be a home case because I don't have much money to pay about this. Then the father claimed that let that boy come so as we can discuss these things be out. Then we will warn this guy.
Yeah.
Then, but during that time, because he had a fish pond, Kenya Fisheries and organization boards with the fisheries, the blue economy or the blue talk about the aquaculture industry. They abolished him and they cancelled the fish pond that he had, and he had registered to the Kenya Fisheries Commission. So it was disqualified from the system.
Yeah.
So even right now, Ernesto, they are practicing with the same fish pond. But if they could make something or a progress, I could go and claim for them that they have a fish pond and they could be registered to the Kenya Fisheries Commission. But they have not harvested. Already the brother is now stealing. So how can you help such kind of the people? And during that time, I was put in solving it was called a mediation. Yeah. So we had the part which is the fisheries was the mediator, me and the same family. We had to sit down and discuss. So it was told maybe it could pay the whole pond, the fish that are here. The only people is the only thing you can just tell them is my fish have reached at a price of 300 shillings. Yeah. How many did you stock? So that's the what they go with. So you'll calculate 300 shillings times 1,000. So you'll talk about he stole this fish pond. He has stole this one. Maybe it's now finished. Maybe he stole even this one. So it'll be calculated 300,000 per each pond. Yeah. So it's either you go and sell a plot, then you give me money, because you'll give me money and the fish will be remaining here. Exactly. So that is the consequences of stealing. But these people outside here, we are trying to encourage that we are the same gender like them, because he's a big brother to Ernesto.
Yeah, sure.
Even is bigger than me. But he doesn't care for what is just being as a producer like us. We are struggling. Even Ernesto was struggling there, but he was there looking for them and he could not do anything. So for now, I can just talk about if they want to continue, and it's I'm talking about, it's a smart response to them that it doesn't matter, it's your brother, it's your mother, it's who. But if you have a production like this one here, and somebody wants to tamper with you, because you cannot go and ask them, give me 1,000 today, tomorrow go and ask them 1,000, tomorrow but one the same, they will not even give you even 1 shillings. So what about now they steal about you? And the same, maybe the day we'll harvest, it's a home consumption, because it's like you have fish to sell for home consumption, for selling, and even if there's a problem with the family in terms of emergency, you can be there and stand for them, you know.
Yes,
so what about now your brother? Even the guys who are just listening to this story, you can even give us the response about this, because if you find your brother stealing your fish you have stocked, and you have made everything as assumptions that are evident that I have rehabilitated the pond, I have bought the fish, I have bought the feeds, I'm always coming there, rehabilitating the pond and making sure that all the maintenance practices are done, then you come and see that the guy is fishing. So it's a very, very disgusting issue, and it's going to be addressed, because me and the same brother to Ernesto, we finished that because I talked about one day I found you, because we solved that. I talked about there's no matter for you to go and sell the whole of your land to give me, and you just remain that way, and we are neighbors. Because guys, it's just how many meters?
I think maybe
20?
It can be like
meters. 15 meters.
Yeah, sure.
So if we can just sell the same land to some person, to the other person, then he gives you the money, and we are the neighbors, so it will not reflect much good to us. So let's remain loyal people and very neighboring, because I'm a neighbor to them and they are neighbor to me. One day we will help each other, but it doesn't happen, because now the same fish pond, the guy dug there, now Ernesto have stocked there some fish. What was the response after now they found him fishing there?
Actually, what he said, that he told them that maybe they get out their fish so that he can come back and just kufunika kunaitwaje?
Oh, he can bury. He can
destroy the fish pond,
okay,
because the fish is...
The fish pond is his.
Yeah.
He's the one who dug it.
Yeah.
I can remember, it's approximate, it's correct, because I was there while they were just digging the fish pond, and it's evident that it's theirs, but there were 2 brothers.
Yeah, sure.
The first born and the second born.
Yeah.
They were the people who dug it. I was there looking at them. It was like 2020 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, approximately 2020, 2019.
I think that is the year that the fish was just construction.
Yeah, exactly. I can just remember that time, because I was there, and I was even talking about, hey, you are so energetic. We were always going there because we were friends.
Yeah, sure.
I was even going there and telling them, hey, you are so energetic enough. You can dig this whole fish pond, you too. Yeah. And they dug it like 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks, like 1 week.
1 week.
Yeah,
and the fish pond.
Yeah, 2 people, and they had finished the fish pond.
Yeah.
So I was going, hey, these people are so energetic. And whereas my fish pond here, I put here like, how many people are they? 12 people?
Yeah.
Like 12, eh?
I think there were more than.
There were 12, because 12
because
inside.
You are having also the family, your family members.
Yeah, but the family was not in digging. The family was dispersing the soil that was being removed from the fish pond. Yeah, I can just remember.
Sure.
So that's what is happening to the village, and I want to be talking about we have to strive forward, and for Ernesto, I'm very sorry for them. What they have to do, it's just reporting. So make sure that maybe they want to make everything very, very sure. They have to report that case, because now that fish pond will they go and talk to the police about the fish pond. It's not even to the guy who is stealing's plot. It's for another person's plot, because it was for the family. No one had cut that this is for yours, this is for yours, because of the ancestral land. So that fish pond was for the family. So anyone who wants to practice fish farming was necessary to practice fish farming. But now they have rehabilitated. Where was he while they were rehabilitating?
Exactly.
He was there. Where was he while they were stocking some fish? He was there. While they were feeding the fish, making maintenance practices alongside the fish pond, they were there. So that is evident that he was there looking for everything being conducted. There's nothing you can ever do. Now that fish pond belongs to them.
Exactly.
You know that? So it's either he has to leave them, they finish harvesting their own season, then whenever now they finish, they have to talk now as a family and put their thoughts together. And that is the only solution.
Sure.
If that is not the solution, because the brother is the big brother of them and they like him, they know that there's a problem. Guys, we have a problem in the village for the people who are starting marrying before even recognizing whom they are.
Yeah.
Because the guy has married already and he doesn't recognize himself. So maybe it reaches a time there's no food onto the table, and whenever you go for job, maybe you are not paid the same day, because here in Africa you can go to work for the whole week, then you'll be paid after every 1 week.
Yeah.
So it's either you go and tell the boy, somebody, I don't have something, or can I do something, or do this so as you can be helped. But you coming direct, so that's the causative agent. When us Ernesto is onto the Gen Z's boutique there,
yeah,
the young trend, so the guy now has a full time to come and sit, fish, go back home. So and also he's now the new model home. He has been transferred from the original home of the ancestral or I talk about the father's home. Yeah. Now he has his own home, so it's a bit closer to the fish pond. So that's the evidence. That's what is happening here. So we have to bear with the circumstances, guys, because we have theft. It's the much thing. Even whenever I started the first, this one here,
yeah,
I can tell you people were coming at night to fish with a mosquito net.
Yeah.
There's a day I talked about now these people, what will I do? Because there's a day I came here and I found, hey, guys, whenever you step here, like right now, yeah, I step here, this way. Whenever I go, you'll just notice that somebody stepped here. You'll see, exactly. Yeah? So, whenever I came in the morning, I found that this fish pond, some people are trespassing.
And there is some of the madness.
Yeah, the mud, yeah, and also the slanting of grass. I was about, is this a snake? Or is this turtles inside here? Because we have some turtles in water.
Yeah.
I was confused. So I went to my father and told my father, there are people who are stealing my fish. Go to this zone, because the zone that was very, very, there were very big thieves.
Yeah,
it's from this upper side.
Exactly.
This upper side, because even the guy who stole a Yamaro machine, yeah, is from this side.
Sure.
So much
even
of the people,
every day you hear the, is it screaming?
Screaming. It's coming from up here.
Yeah.
Because it's from, you know, guys, from this river YouTube up there, it's another zone. From this river upward, it's another zone. So this is called in a Bohanse zone. The other one is called in a Mwinigwe Tacho.
Yeah.
So let me talk about this. Because during that time, I came and I told my father there are people who are stealing my fish. So do something about, go to this village up here, go to where they are selling liquor.
Yeah.
And you'll get some rumors. Yeah. So my father came and he passed here, he saw it, then he went. He went to, there's a certain home up here that they are selling liquor, and the white liquor, it's a traditional one.
Yeah.
So he went there and talked about, hey, so he was just sitting and thinking, now I'm just here relaxing with the other people who are aged. Then somebody came and talked, hey, your fish are so big. You never told me that you are fishing today. Yeah. Some people are patched here with some fish, talking about you have sold fish from your fish pond.
Yeah.
My father was okay. Yeah, I was the one. Oh, they passed through here. Who was the guy? We saw somebody here passing with some fish. Yeah. Okay. So we started now from one position to another, talking about they have passed here. They have passed here. He followed, so he never got them where they have just gone to. But now my father came and told me, for you to make a solution, they have stole your fish already, and they're so big. come and see it's called hypotenuse, sometimes called diagonal.
Yeah.
Look at this fish pond here. It has a diagonal. So from this point to diagonal to that point over where we have a green banana.
Yeah, sure.
So it talked about put here a peg, a very deep one and a very strong peg. Then tie a fence. It's like the same fence that are always being put to secure the land.
Yeah.
Put here a fence that will be passing through a little bit narrower in water, like 1 inch inside. So as it cannot tamper with the fish, as they are just moving, it cannot scrap the fish, you know?
Yeah.
So I put it diagonal. From here to that position, it was a little bit inside water, so no one can spot it because water is always green.
Yeah.
And another one from that diagonal to that diagonal down there.
Yeah.
So the second day, then they came.
Yeah.
They just, they were entering through this position.
Yeah.
They entered inside. So these wires, they meet, they have a diagonal. They meet at the middle.
Yeah.
So they were just going this way.
Yeah.
And they felt something. What is this?
Yeah.
Let us jump it. Then they jump this one. Maybe they think it's maybe a wire, you know?
Sure.
So they never knew it was a fence.
Yeah.
So it catched that net inside here.
Yeah.
And maybe they struggled with it. You know, when a fence catches your net, you cannot, and also you'll think maybe, oh, we are trapped, you know?
Yeah.
So you'll have to hurry. So they ran and they left the net inside here.
Yeah.
Next day I came, I found the net at the middle, stuck.
Yeah.
So I was about, oh my God, this is the only thing. So it's a secret I'm giving you, because even him, if it's just the use of a bait, it's the wires are not necessary. The only thing is security, and also warn the person who is stealing there.
Yeah, sure.
But other things will come and find they have stole everything, bro.
All right.
Exactly.
So guys, I think that one comes from the people who always are just managing the fish farming project, not only Aneso and Magare. Also guys, for the people who also are going to engage on that, that is the information from it's again. So guys,
exactly.
You register
the fish
to the government.
Experts outside here, you have to register with the government. Deal with those thieves rampantly and recklessly, without any hesitation. These people needs reckless. Imagine. And not even brutal. Brutality should happen to them, because it's not the first time. This guy is not the first time, bro. Even how much time did Marwa chase him from his compound?
A lot
of time, and he goes and come back. He doesn't have a specific job that I'll do this to my full time. Yeah. You can find him planting maize. You can find him weeding. You will find him handyman. You will find him motorbike. He has not attached himself in one segment that I want to do this until my fullness. So this is what is happening, and that's why I have a platform, guys, that's running Stop Children Dropouts. Yes, and that program gonna be running until our villages here, people recognize that one and they will engage in that system, so as we cannot have much failures who are happening outside here to destroy other people's property. They are now like demonstrating in Gen Z in Kenya. So you'll find there are people who are good in that. There are people who support you. That, okay, this guy, you know, whenever he harvests, all the families around this area, they get something in a cheaper price. There's people who are not, they are so envious and they don't want to see you prospering in this. Maybe they think, okay, this small guy, because whenever I started fish farming, I was a very small boy. I can just remember. And even I can talk about the village here, the elderly people who are coming and talking about, okay, this is the boy who has the fish pond, this young boy. Everybody was this way. Even whenever I'm harvesting some fish, people are always gathering.
Yeah, sure.
In all of the area, talking about, oh, look at the fish. Oh, even Maro was here wandering. Do you remember that time?
Yeah.
Mayuguno were here wandering. Oh, look at the fish at the village. Much of the things, because some people are not appreciative into that. They want to see you destroyed, so as they can go now outside there and talk about, okay, now we have finished that guy, now that guy is now done and doomed forever. But you have to do something as a person, and this is what is gonna be happening one-on-one from the village, and this is what is happening. keep it watching, because I'm continuing with my slashing here, guys. And it was a little bit of lecture, so as we can just learn and get more batch of the things. And let me continue with my slashing, guys, because this is what has brought me here. I have to make sure that the slashing is happening. Wow. Chombongo tereno kidogo.
Romantic video.
Wagwan. Let me not wash you.
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic, guys. This is what is happening here, and I'm very, very proud of what I'm always doing with my I have much work to do, guys, because I have to maintain the hygiene and also make sure that the fish pond is always neat and very, very reliable for even some people who want to come and view what's happening here. They can just check and say that, okay, the fish pond is so clean. And that's what I want to make sure that it's gonna be happening here now and again. For today, I wanna be making sure that I'm slashing, and also the grass that's gonna be attached onto the fish pond inside here, it's gonna now have much time to relax until tomorrow. It will have congested at one corner at that far end because of the wind. In the morning, it's just going to the west. So all of this grass will go and attach themselves there. Then I'll come with a rake, then I'll be removing it very slowly and with no much hesitation. So guys, this is what is happening here. It's _Gintu. Thank you very much for you supporting and always coming together as a team and supporting us to make sure that everything is very, very awesome coming out from these fish ponds of mine. And they're 3 in number, and I want to be thanking you very much, guys, for your support always and coming through and to this position. Thank you very much. For the guy who's just behind the camera, talk about something.
Guys,
here, this is where I'll just now see you very correctly.
Here, guys, I think you have heard about the fish farming project. I think that is the best lesson, guys, for the people who are going to engage on that, and for the people who are just still deep inside to the fish farming project, guys. If you have such kind of the problem, that is all the information gathered to that, and always one love, positive vibe, guys.
Always.
Yeah, man.
Cheers, 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 cheers. Always together, coming vibing. And this is the end.
Fantastic.
Wagwan. Oh, we have to need a thumbnail somewhere here. We have to go to the far end.
Yeah, sure.
Here we have some firewood. Oh, this is my rake. This is for removing bigger grasses from inside, like this one here. So it needs much tension. Guys, water is now turning green. You can even check, and it's very, very full. Wow. Oh, now we are needing a thumbnail from this position. Let me see here. Wagwan. Wagon, are you ready? Are you
Yeah,
ready?
man.
Yeah, guys, we are getting a thumbnail. How can you rate it? Wagwan. Fantastic. Some people, whenever they see this one, they
know
talk about
it's,
maybe
fighting.
we are going for fighting. We are not fighting here, guys. We are slashing today.
Yeah.
All the shenanigans are ongoing, and they are no more with us. Keep it in touch. Keep it locked. One love always until it gets 46 minutes.
Sure.
2, 1. Guys, right now here, I'm from the pond a little bit, and I'm now rushing home. Oh, I can even see people harvesting some maize here. I like this environment very much, because we have more food. Whenever you see maize being harvested, you know that food is going to be put in the table. And this is more fantastic. Exactly. They are still slashing it, making sure that it has dried very much. And here we have getoha. We call it getoha. And the maize is not doing very much well. Henceforth, guys, it's a much pleasure for me coming out of this video, and I'm so pleading that thank you very much for you supporting and watching until this end, and everything gonna be very fantastic coming out from my segment, and the videos will be so raw and coming from the villages. So it will be covering much of the village shenanigans, which is not much in drama. It's just how the village is and how people are coping up with their lives. So I can see into this position here. Yeah, the kales here are so very nice. Wow, fantastic. I like this. Wow. But here, guys, they are cutting some maize on top, so as the cows can get something from here. I like this kind of the flowers. I like this, guys. Here it's where I stock my fish tools and equipment that I'll always use, and I'm very proud to say that this is how things are happening from the village, one-on-one live, coming out from this segment. Oh, we have safari ants here. Let me check. We have safari ants here. We have safari ants. Look at them. Safari ants. They are there. And guys, this is the way of modeling a house. Not even modeling. This is a construction of a house. This is like a block one. This is a fantastic of use of trees and logs at the same time. And this is how you can even see, guys, that this is how the arrangement in Africa is always. And this video is to teach you on how Africans practice their own things. Let me show you. This is for the parents. It's on top, and that one at whenever you sit, you just stand at this. So your right hand will be the other side. That is for the big brother, and this is at the left will be for the following brother. So this is a construction of a very good and a tiny house for living here in Africa, because of you talk about the market demand, guys, because you cannot afford the bigger thing that you cannot afford. So this is what much of the people can afford, and this is what is always there whenever you want to struggle. Even for you to start a life, you cannot come from down to up at once. So you have to pass through, because from the past and ancestral time, they were having what is called it's called the hut. The hut, it was attached with the grass. So this is where they moved to, and it's called Mugongo Temple. Here they call it Mugongo Temple, and this is the house, and it's now this is a new design called American style, and the other one at that far end is called American style. For you people who are in America, this is American style. This is from you. I don't know if the people from America are constructing such kind of the houses. It's called American style in the village, and this is now American style, but a new design, same to the other one at that position, because they are now in the style. This is the style coming out from this position. So guys, keep it tuned. I'll be updating you more much about the village and everything that you have to get and be covered onto this channel. And it's one-on-one live from It's_Gintu back again. Keep it watching, keep it tuned, keep it vibing. It's now moving. Oh, now I'm now developing beards. It will be very fantastic, guys. It will be very fantastic because people are thinking I'm like a hen. No problem. I'm like everything is so awesome. Keep it locked. Keep it tuned.